Episode 2 is called Subterranean Sonic, and it involves Sonic going into space. I'm joking, obviously. He's going underwater. The episode starts by, "Statue, what have they done to you?" It's only been one episode! Anyway, Robotnik is in his own words, brooding about his hatred for Sonic. So he does the logical thing and catapults Scratch and Grounder to what he calls Marble Zone into what I call an alien planet. Somehow they actually landed near Sonic, which leads to him and Tails running away like the brave warriors that they are. In Sonic's infinite wisdom, he decides to bury himself underground to escape them, and then takes Tails along as a hostage. But hey, Sonic says there's a 1.25 second gap between when the geyser stops and starts up again, so there's plenty of time. Of course they manage to go underground and escape the robots for a few seconds before they fall down too. Sonic and Tails run away until they reach a cave full of gold in which Tails is hit on the head by some gemstones. This ticks off the local mole population of Spelunk. Just Spelunk. It's a point of the episode that we don't know what his name is for a while, but I'm not doing the bit I did last time with the robots. That's his name. Anyway, Spelunk here threatens to blow up Sonic with a cannon, to which he requests 2 dozen chili dogs and runs away, until Spelunk insults him, after which he runs back to point-blank range of the cannon, telling him that Sonic and Tails are freedom fighters. And oh no. I'm not super well versed in Sonic's .am lore, as I have established in the previous video, but as I understand it, the Freedom Fighters are the main fighting force against Robotnik. So you're telling me the SAT-AM is canon to this series? Or at the very least, something similar enough for them to both be a part of the Freedom Fighters. The cannon fires with a cannonball following Sonic and somehow hitting Scratch and Grounder instead. Sonic and Tails, meanwhile, continue fleeing up some minecart tracks, which unsurprisingly have a minecart with Spelunk coming down to catch them. They flee in the opposite direction, stopped by a fleet of turtles, and being forced to stall the cart himself with his mastery of disguises. So Sonic dresses as a crossing guard and convinces Spelunk to wait for the turtles, and runs away after. Spelunk catches on and turns the escape spiral into an entrance slide instead. Sonic and Tails are then captured in a cage with comically oversized bars, and yes, we are doing this 2 episodes in a row. The cage is made of diamond, so Sonic's escape attempt fails, and then he forgets that he can walk between the bars. This leaves the 2 of them trapped for a commercial break. We see Robotnik with the Grounder and Scratch looking for the underground jewels. Of course, they can't remember where they originally found them, so they resort to local mischief and havoc until they have leveled the entire zone, by which I mean about 20 meters. They somehow manage to begin their search right above Sonic's cage, and quit mere inches above the containment room, quitting just in time to use a stack of dynamite! The dynamite blows and breaks the ceiling, somehow taking the cage with it, but neither Sonic or Tails, both of which were holding onto the cage bars. The 2 of them escape while the Scratch and Grounder and Robotnik trio all conveniently fall into the same hole that the cage fell into. Sonic rescues Spelunk from being crushed by falling rubble, and he has had an immediate turnaround. They escape, and Sonic tries really hard to start a new catchphrase that I really hope doesn't catch on.
I'm waiting.
They escape a booby-trapped room at the expense of Spelunk's sweater, which is instantly restored anyway, so whatever. Scratch, Grounder, and Robotnik all somehow escaped and are excavating the mine when Sonic puts on another disguise and convinces the Dumb and Dumber duo that they need to file paperwork to excavate first. He mummifies the robots in a comically large receipt, and Spelunk lights a trail of sulfur up to the 2 of them, now at the top of the excavation platform with Robotnik. This blows all 3 of them to Kingdom Come. But of course, Sonic emptied Robotnik's chambers of the stolen treasure. Splunky's cavern is destroyed after all this, so he decides to travel the world helping people with his seemingly endless finances. The episode ends on a geyser spitting out Scratch, Grounder, and Robotnik all individually, and all is right with the world. The Sonic Says bit is a scene about sharing, and we're 1 episode further in. So, final thoughts. This episode is pretty much a direct downgrade from the last time. Mind you, it's not a completely outright awful episode. The biggest draw that the last episode had was the absolute insanity that went on, like the chili dog robots. We don't really have anything like that here, and without it the episode feels hollow. Again, it's not a complete train wreck, it's just boring, and that's debatably worse.